one probe here in this inductor, and I can just go to ceramic capacitors. Any ceramic capacitor in the RAM. This one, for example, 0 in the multimeter. Means what? Means there is a direct connection between the inductor and the RAM. So this inductor feed this RAM over here. I can even make it very easy, 100% for you as a beginner. Just put one probe in this inductor, okay? And if you don't want to be confused here about this component, you can just go to this terminal here for the RAM. Okay, one probe in the inductor. So try to pass through these terminals. If you get a beep, means there is direct connection. Here it is. Do you see? Direct connection. The same also for this RAM over here, as you can see, guys, or RAMs. This inductor is belong to the charge circuit. This is the inductor that feed the battery, that charge the battery. So if I put one probe here and go to the battery connector and check, okay, let's check, guys. We have 0 direct connection. Hi, my friend, welcome again. One of my followers asked me, how do I know this coil is connected to the RAM circuit or PCH or CPU? How can I locate the current sense resistor and the coil that generates 19 volts, etc.? So I'm going to answer this question in detail in this video. So thank you, my friend, for this question, very important. Let's break it down right now. So how can we know, for example, this inductor belong to which circuit? This IC belong to which circuit? Is it a charge IC? Is it a 3.3 volt IC or CPU's IC or RAM control IC or PCH, etc.? We have inductors or coils everywhere in the board, as you can see. Okay, I will let you understand how we know this inductor belong to each circuit, the tantalum capacitor also, those MOSFETs, ICs, etc. So without wasting time, let's dive in. But please, my friends, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. And of course, for anyone who wants to understand any topic, just post it in the comments, like our friend here. Sorry, I cannot read your name. And of course, I will make a video, a special video about that comment. And for anyone who wants to accelerate learning, you can join me in my Patreon page, and also you can check my website, my Facebook group, all links in the description. So guys, I will show you and teach you 2 methods. The first method to detect the circuits, the inductors, the MOSFETs, etc. belong to which circuit is a little bit for intermediate level. And the second method for beginners, absolutely for beginners, but anyone can use it. Let's begin with the first method that I consider for intermediate and expert, and then move on to the second method for beginners. The first method, guys, is to understand the motherboard. Okay, so you have to understand the motherboard architecture. To understand the motherboard architecture, you should first understand the schematic. And of course, I have a lot of videos in my channel about schematic, where I teach you schematic architecture. Okay, that's why I consider this method for intermediate and expert, because I can just look to the inductor and I know, for example, this inductor is for RAM circuit, this IC for RAM circuit, this is the RAM circuit, just by looking to the inductors. When I look to the circuit, without guessing, without wasting time, this is 5 volt, 3.3 volt. Based on my experience and based on my deep understanding of motherboard architecture and schematic. Why this is for 5 volt, 3.3 volt? Because always for 5 volt, 3.3 volt, we find 2 channels next to each other. One channel and another duplicated channel, where you will find same component, inductor, electrolytic capacitor, inductor, electrolytic capacitor, 2 MOSFETs for this channel, two MOSFETs for this channel. We have the input capacitors, filtering, ceramic capacitors, 3 here. We have 3 here. So what's missing here in this circuit to be complete is the IC. Is it this one? It could be this one, but we have to locate for the nearest IC. It could be this one. But if we have another IC in the back of these channels, it will not be this one. Let's check. Let me check. Guys, this is the back. Means this is the 3.3 volt, 5 volt IC. How? Based on my experience. Why? Because I told you this method is for intermediate and expert. Do you see, guys? Do you see this IC? Here we have about 1 inch. Okay, do you see 1 inch? If we go to the other side, do you see, guys? We have about 1 inch here. From this corner, we have 1 inch. We have the circuit. If we go back, we have about 1 inch. We have the IC. So this is the 3 volt, 5 volt IC. Same for this one. Why this inductor belongs to the RAM circuit? Guys, please, for beginners, don't panic. I'm going to teach you the easiest method. Just wait a little bit, please. So for this inductor basically is the inductor that feed the RAM. Why? And also this IC, this is the IC for the RAM. So this is the RAM circuit. We have inductor, we have IC. What about MOSFETs? Remember this tricks here, guys. Let's see. Do you see this tricks over here? We have MOSFETs, as you can see. We have 3 capacitors for the input, about 1 inch. Okay, if we go here also, we have the RAM inductor, we have the IC, about also 1 inch distance. Okay, so this is RAM circuit. And of course here, once we don't have the CPU here, so this one is for the RAM. Also, if we go to the side, we have another inductor. So this one also is for the RAM, and this is the IC basically that generate, of course, here it generate 1.8 volt for the RAM, and this one generate the VDD and the VDD. And here, guys, also we have other inductors, as you can see. So basically for the processor, okay, for the processor, it has more than 1 channel. Okay, it has more than 1 channel. So if you look here, we have 1 inductor here, we have another here, we have other 2 inductors over here. So this processor have basically 2 channels. It could be 3 channels, but because this 2 here has the same size, means this is the 2 channels that belong to CPU circuit. This one also could be for the CPU circuit. And here we have the PCH, and we have this inductor here near to this IC. This one is belong to the PCH. And once we have this inductor between the CPU and the PCH, so this is for buses. This is basically VCCP, about 1.05 volt. Why? Because it is in the middle, so it feeds the buses to communicate the data between the CPU and the PCH. And for this part, guys, very easy. Once we have here the power jack, okay, so we have 2 switches here, means this is the input, this is the charge IC. And once we have this inductor near the battery connector, so this inductor is for the battery to charge the battery, and also the switch is for the battery. I hope that you understand the first method, intermediate and for experts, okay, where you can just spot the circuit just using your eyes without datasheet, without multimeter. But let's move on to the second method for beginners who doesn't understand the motherboard architecture. Let's take, for example, this circuit for the RAM. For example, we have seen that this circuit is for the RAM. So now the guy that asked me, how do I know this coil is connected to the RAM or PCH or CPU? Please pay attention. This is the direct reply to your question. Look, my friend, I put 1 probe here in this inductor, okay? And I can just go to the RAM here two ceramic capacitors. Any ceramic capacitor in the RAM. This one, for example. Do you see, my friend? Do you see 0 in the multimeter? Means what? Means there is a direct connection between the inductor and the RAM. So this inductor feed this RAM over here. So this inductor is for the RAM circuit. Even for the IC, let's put also one probe in the inductor and go to the IC. Let's check these pins. Do you see? Direct connection. Okay, means also the inductor connected to the IC, because the voltage here goes to feed the RAM, and also there is a phase or the same voltage go to the IC, because the IC control this voltage. For example, we need here 1.5 volts. If we get 1.8, the IC should rectify 1.8 to get 1.5 volts. Okay, but I can even make it very easy, 100% for you as a beginner. Just put one probe in this inductor. Okay, and if you don't want to be confused here about this component, you can just go to this terminal here for the RAM. Okay, one probe in the inductor. So try to pass through these terminals. If you get a beep, means there is direct connection. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I should find a beep here, guys. 100% I should find a beep. Here it is. Do you see? Direct connection from the inductor to this pin over here. So this inductor feed the RAM. The same also for this RAM over here, as you can see, guys, or RAMs. So guys, you can do it everywhere. For example, let's take this easy circuit. This inductor is belong to the charge circuit. This is the inductor that feed the battery, that charge the battery. So if I put one probe here and go to the battery connector and check, okay, let's check, guys. We have 0 direct connection. Means this inductor for battery. The same working principle, not just for inductor, for all components. And of course, you will find even all components in the channel are connected together. For example, this inductor, let's put one probe here, okay? And check this, the positive terminal of this electrolytic capacitor. Do you see? We have connection. Also here, we have connection with the MOSFET. The same, this inductor connected to this one, and also connected to the MOSFET, and connected also to the IC. Okay, guys, so do the same working principle. Please, if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like. Your likes motivate me, and your positive comment motivate me to create more videos for you in a daily basis. So don't hesitate to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. And if you want to accelerate learning more, you can reach my Patreon, the link in the description. And of course, if you want to take a look to my website, to my Facebook group, all links in the description. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.